I feel like the seat of the God of War is cursed, just like the Harry Potter position of the dark arts teacher is cursed, whereas something goes wrong and no one lasts a year.
By defeating Ares, Kratos, the once mortal warrior, became the new god of war. However, Kratos soon found himself alone on Olympus, shunned by his fellow gods. But Kratos had no need for the love of petty gods. He had found a new family in the warriors of Sparta, gaining solace from his past in the carnage of battle.
My lord, Kratos! Another city is ready to fall! Soon all shall know the glory of Sparta!
Enough, Kratos! With every city you destroy, the wrath of Olympus grows. Soon I will no longer be able to protect you.
I need no protection.
Do not forget that it was I who made you a god, Ghost of Sparta. Do not turn your back on me.
I owe you nothing.
Then you leave me no choice.
Kratos had turned the pain of his memories into hatred. Hatred for the gods, who had refused to free him from the nightmares of his past deeds. And so he went to Rhodes to deliver the final blow to the besieged city.
Athena! You conspire against me! Athena! You will...
Been expecting you.
Out of my way.
Your resolve is admirable, even if it is misguided. None can change their destiny, Kratos. We sisters determine the fate of all. It was I who deemed that the Titans lose the Great War, and I who have allowed you to come this far. It is not your destiny to kill Zeus.
You no longer control my destiny.
I see Gaia has filled you with her lies.
I have warned you. Let me pass.
You have always amused us, Kratos. But know this, mortal. There is no power greater than the Sisters of Fate. If you challenge us, you will die.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everything Anime Podcast. I'm your host Shinry here at the Everything Anime Podcast. I read from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, and every relevant topic I'm talking about. Today's video is on the God of War 2 game. As you know, if you've been watching my God of War trilogy series so far, my brother convinced me to play God of War for the first time. The original trilogy, I have beat the newer ones, God of War PS5 and God of War Ragnarok. I call it God of War I said God of War PS5, God of War PS4. I call it God of War PS4 because it has the same title as God of War, you know, the original one. It's kind of like that Scream and Scream 5, where Scream 5 is just called Scream. You know, unless you already knew it was a fifth movie, you don't know it's a fifth movie. And then they went on to make Scream 6 and Scream 7 as with the regular titles. So yeah, God of War, the new one, is the 4th installment in the game, and God of War Ragnarok's the 5th game. And then Lafe, which will be in the series, or Lafe, I keep calling her, I want to call her Luffy every time I say that name. I probably will call her Luffy when the game comes out. But that one is the 6th in the series. So I'm currently in 2. I had beaten 4 and 5. And I beat 1. I had a great time on 1. 1 was way drastically different than the newer ones. And so was 2. 2 keeps the same vibe as 1. But, yeah, they are way different, way harder, way more challenging than these newer games. But I still have respect for both of them. I understand, like, where the series is going. You know, the series has to evolve. Kratos has to transform and become somebody else. You know, you can't expect Kratos to be stagnant. Not that Kratos is stagnant. And this game kind of plays off where the last one goes on to. You know, like, on some games, like a sequel, Prince of Persia 1 to Prince of Persia 2 to Prince of Persia 3, they're all kind of dramatically different where the prince was, where the prince kind of got darker in Prince of Persia 2.
You bitch!
And then you kind of go back to this, like, goofy, like, you know, kid-friendly self in the 3rd one, although he had, like, that dark persona. This kind of keeps Kratos consecutive, like, his motivations and everything are consecutive. So when we last left off in God of War 1, Kratos was ready to kill himself. You know, I'm sorry to say, let me mention this also, YouTube took away my creator thing, whatever, because I guess, you know, my God of War video had Kratos committing suicide, which is just how the game goes. That's not me saying that, that's how the game starts. But the reason why, I guess, because, like, the themes are too mature or whatever, but I don't care, I just do YouTube for fun. But anyways, so I think it's all Kratos, you know, if you go kill Ares, will forgive you of your sins of killing your family, because it wasn't your fault. You know, you prayed to Ares to save you from being killed by the barbarian, and he did, and he made you, he's like, oh, you're gonna serve me the rest of your life, and then for 10 years you served him faithfully, you know, conquering people in his name and stuff like that, until he made you kill your family, because he was like, oh, you're a perfect warrior, I need you to have no ties, you know. And Kratos didn't know he killed his family. If Kratos knew in that moment he was gonna kill his family, he obviously not went into the house. Although the Oracle did try to warn him, she's like, hey, you go in there, you're gonna regret it. And so Kratos, you know, he foolishly went in there, slaughtered everybody in there in the name of Ares, and then when he realized he killed his family, you know, obviously he snapped out of it. He's like, oh, I'm never gonna serve Ares again. I can't believe you had me do this. But the Oracle was like, oh no, baby, everybody gonna know that you did this. Everybody gonna know, and you gonna have a constant reminder. The ash on your body is the ash of your dead family, your wife and daughter. You know, you gonna remember them forever. Everybody gonna know. So that's why they call him the Ghost of Sparta, because he looks like a ghost. He got the ash of his family on his body. And so, you know, Kratos did kill Ares because I think it was like, okay, he getting a little wild, he getting a little crazy. I need you to stop him. Kratos went to do that, and after he killed Ares, which was the whole motivation of God of War 1, I think it was like, okay, we forgive you of your sins, but we ain't gonna make you forget. Everybody ain't gonna forget. Them ashes of your dead family, everybody gonna remember that. So Kratos like, you lied to me, you tricked me. She's like, no, we ain't trick you. We said we forgive you, but we ain't gonna forget. Forgive, but don't forget. So I was curious, and this goes into God of War 2 as well. I'm going to get to it. I'll have to point while I'm bringing up this, because obviously you play God of War 1, 2, and 3 if you're watching this video. You just want to hear my thoughts on it. But Kratos went to kill himself because he's like, okay, you know, I'll finally be free of this torment. You know, the memories are gone. I've been forgiven. You know, I can die. Would Kratos go to Olympus? Because I have a question based on what we learned about Zeus. And we're going to get to that when we get to God of War 2. Right now we're still talking about God of War 1, how it ended and where Kratos got to where he at. So Kratos tried to, like, you know, jump off to his death, you know, fall. He's ready to accept it. And the thing was like, oh no, baby, come back. I got plans for you. She reached into earth and she picked Kratos up. She brought him up to Olympus. She was like, oh, the God of War seat is open. It's empty. I'm giving that title to you. You proved yourself worthy. You killed Ares, the one that betrayed you, the one that, like, made you kill your family. That wasn't your fault. We forgive you for those sins. Now you get to become the God of War. Now people will fight in your name. They'll fight wars in your name. And that's where God of War ended. And that was a great ending for Kratos. Until we get to God of War 2, and Kratos did the same thing Ares did. Okay? I mean, Kratos ain't choose a mortal warrior to go fight in his name and kill everybody. Not a particular warrior. He had the Spartans do it. The Spartans, because, you know, Kratos and Spartans love to fight to the death. They, you know, they live for fighting. They live for glory and conquering. So the Spartan army, the people of Sparta, they were all out there just like they was, like Kratos was to Ares. Kratos, we'll conquer the city for you. And Kratos is like, yeah, conquer them, destroy them bitches, you know, do it. And Athena came to Kratos, she was like, hey, and this is the very beginning of the game. Athena's like, hey, Kratos, your people get a little too crazy, people get a little too wild. You know, we made you God of War, but that ain't for you to, like, you know, destroy everything. Y'all out there destroying everything. Kratos, tell you people to stop. And Kratos is like, no, girl, get on my way. They fighting in my name. I'm about to go out there and I'm going to join them. And so they started to see Kratos is becoming exactly like Ares. Now, this is what I was here for the intro to the video. I feel like the seat of God of War is cursed. Like, you know, the dark arts teacher in Harry Potter, you know, like every dark arts teacher in Harry Potter, none of them last a year because the dark arts, you know, every time somebody takes that seat, like, you know, something goes wrong. The first one, he was like possessed by Voldemort. The second person was a fraud. The third person was a werewolf. The fourth person was kidnapped and taken hostage and was impersonated by one of, like, you know, Voldemort's followers. The fifth one, who was the fifth movie? Who was the dark arts teacher in the fifth movie? I can't remember the fifth one. The sixth one was Snape, though. And the seventh one was the one that, you know, told Voldemort, like, how to create the Horcruxes. Or maybe that was the fifth one. The one that taught him about the Horcruxes. Because the seventh one, I don't remember who was there. It had to have been the fifth one. Because that's what they look for the Horcruxes. No, that's the sixth one. The seventh one, Snape. The sixth one is the Horcrux teacher. Well, I don't remember who's in the seat of the fifth one, but we know they ain't last either. So I feel like the God of War seat is cursed, you know, just like that. Like, the seat is cursed. And I'm probably going to add that to the intro anyway. So you'll hear me say that twice. But yeah, so Kratos went out basically doing what Ares was doing, like having his people go out there and, like, you know, just conquer everything. Which is why they had originally, you know, let Kratos kill Ares the first time. Well, you got one Ares that did you wrong, but two, but like, we had to stop them. The gods were going to stop Ares. They had sent Kratos to do it. On an impossible mission to get Pandora's box, which is inside of Kronos, which is apparently Zeus's father. Oh yeah, we're going to get to that. Kronos is Zeus's father, and he was punished with having to carry Pandora's box for the rest of his life because he tried to eat all his children. Again, we're going to get into, I know it's crazy, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it though. But yeah, because Kratos was wilding out there and letting his people go wild in Sparta, you know, Athena and Zeus, they was like, okay, all the guys, we gotta stop Kratos. We're gonna trick him into draining his powers into the Blade of Olympus, which is a weapon we're gonna talk about too in a second. But we're gonna trick him into putting all his powers in the Blade of Olympus, tell him it's gonna make him stronger to defeat this Titan that we sent down to stop you, to trick your ass. We're gonna send that down, and then, you know, you're going to defeat the beast or whatever, you know, like that. And so, so Athena and Zeus came up with this scheme to make him mortal again. They're going to take away Kratos' godlike powers. Zeus sends down the Blade of Olympus, which he says ended the Great War between the gods and the Titans. Apparently, like, you know, like the Ultimate Ninja Great War, you know, yeah, this was a war that originally happened between the gods and Titans. And we're going to learn more about that because, like I said, Kronos and Zeus got a past that led to this whole war even starting. And Kratos was kind of skeptical about this blade at first. He was like, you sending me help. The God of War. The one that y'all don't even like. The one that killed Ares because y'all didn't want to do it. You're helping me.
I do not need your help, Zeus. I can take down this beast.
I offer you more than help, Kratos. I offer you power. I offer you the Blade of Olympus. It was this blade that ended the Great War and defeated the Titans. Drain your godly powers into the sword, Kratos. Only then will you reach your full potential.
Why do you aid me now?
But Kratos does take that blade, and despite the blade does kill the Titan, you can also see it actively weaken him. Like, Kratos is getting weaker as he's, like, fighting this Titan. So I was like, Kratos, oh no, boy, like, you feeling kind of human. And in the end, you know, everything might have been fine if he wasn't distracted when the Titan fell down. Kratos, like, defeats the Titan, his back is to him, and all of a sudden the Titan's hand comes down and, like, knocks his ass down. I'm like, Kratos, you never turn your back on the enemy until you know they're fully dead, or at least until they're out the way. You turned your back way too soon. That's why I said you got knocked down. But that distraction was what Zeus wanted, because as Kratos is trying to get to the blade, he's like, I felt tired, but my power's right there. I just got to get to it. We learn that Zeus did this in front of Kratos' army because he wanted the Spartans to belittle him. He wanted to belittle Kratos even more, because the Spartans like, oh my God, I can't believe our god is weak. What's going on with him? You'll hear that in the background whenever like Kratos is like trying to get to the blade, inching towards it.
Do you see, gods of Olympus? Do you need more proof than this?
Placing all of his godly power into the weapon had rendered Kratos mortal, vulnerable to the arms of death. Bloodied and beaten, he knew that to have any hope of survival, he must retrieve the blade of Olympus. Humiliated before his Spartan army, Kratos dragged himself up from the dirt.
What power could possibly defeat the god of war?
How can this be?
What power could possibly defeat the god?
And that's when Zeus himself comes down. And he did this because he feared Kratos would kill him because he killed Ares. Zeus in the back of his mind was like, a mortal killed a god. A mortal killed a god, not a demigod. Although again, we learn something later. But at this time, a mortal killed a god. So he's like, oh yeah, Zeus, you might come after me one day. He says he would only let Kratos live if he would serve him once again as he did Ares. He's like, become my servant, choose to bow to me, kiss my feet, kiss my ass. He didn't say all that. But choose to bow to me.
I tire of your arrogance, old man. Bow to me!
And choose to willingly be my servant, and I'll let you live. And of course, Kratos refuses. And, he ends up in Hades all over again. But I do like how Kratos backtalked him.
Yes, I am forced to attend to this matter myself. Athena refused to undo her mistake. Imagine caring for a creature such as yourself.
Why? Why would you betray me?
It is you who would betray me. Am I to stand idly by while Olympus is threatened? Your hands are already stained by the blood of a god. I will not let Ares' fate be my own.
The gods are petty and pathetic, and your rule is weak.
I grow tired of this insolence. I am the king of Olympus. And it is my way that is the way of the gods. You must vow to forever serve me.
I serve no one.
Then you leave me no choice.
Submit! I would rather die!
It did not have to be this way, my son. This path is of your choosing.
A choice from the gods is as useless as the gods themselves.
Even now, as you draw your last breath, you continue to defy me? Everything you have ever known, Kratos, will now suffer because of your sacrilege. You will never be the ruler of Olympus. The cycle ends here.
For this, Zeus. Be certain of that.
As the life drained out of Kratos, the arms of Hades reached out to claim their prize. But there was more resting on Kratos' shoulders than he could know.
I do love the little smack talk he gets back to Zeus. But Zeus is so petty, after killing Kratos, he destroys the entire Spartan army that followed him. And Kratos would have stayed dead if someone didn't save him. This time being a Titan named Gaia, who's also known as Mother Earth. She brings him back to life.
It was destined to bring about change so severe that it would shake the very pillars of Mount Olympus. His death was something that I could not allow.
Ares! Destroy my enemies, and my life is yours!
Fight, Spartan. You are not meant to die here. This is not the end.
Who are you?
I am the Titan Gaia, ever-present Mother of Earth. I have watched you become a powerful warrior, and I have been with you through all the events of your life, but I can no longer simply watch. We will help you defeat Zeus. Death is an escape, Kratos. You are a warrior of Sparta, not a coward. Only a coward accepts death.
I am no coward.
Then you must fight. I will show you the way to the Sisters of Fate. Only with their power will you defeat Zeus.
She like that alien in Resurrection F. Breathe up, bring him back to life. You know, showing Neil Dragon Ball like that, just bring him back to life. But that's just how petty Zeus was. Zeus sent him back down to Hades, which he already escaped from the first time. Well, we never technically fell down into Hades the first time. We kind of like caught the ledge of that one old man that was on the ship, the captain of the ship's boat, which again is a reoccurring gag. You see my first video, and I'm gonna talk about him again later in the game, but it's a reoccurring gag in all the God of War games about this old captain that Kratos killed for no reason that he could have saved inside of the serpent's mouth. Yeah, we never actually fell down into Hades, but this time we do. And you see all these hands grabbing at Kratos. It's really, compared to the first one with all the blades and stuff and the flaming monsters, this one's more freaky with these like hands grabbing at you. A little bit darker, you know. I do feel like Hades, like all these dark souls ripping at you, trying to grab at you and tear you apart, your soul inside out. But anyways, Gaia and the other Titans will help him kill the gods. That's what she says. Once again, bringing about a second great war. She tells Kratos that by finding the Sisters of Fate, he can go back in time, defeat Zeus before he killed him. And she literally brings him back to the dead while he's still in Hades. So Kratos, still in hell, still get his body ripped apart, instantly starts healing. He instantly starts becoming immortal again. And then we get this crazy ass scene of Kratos climbing out of hell. This time, instead of blades, it's these black deadly hands again. Very fucking cool, as I was talking about. They're the hands that was ripping Kratos apart. You know, Kratos is crawling out of hell, and all these hands are just grabbing at him. It looks insane. It looks insane, but it's dope. It is dope. Once Kratos is back to life, though, he's immediately standing on business. Kratos is like, you know what? I ain't got no time to play around. I'm gonna find the fist of the fate. I'm gonna go kill Zeus. Like, he ain't even worried about, like, I just died. I got killed by Zeus. I need to go live a quiet, peaceful life. I need to go find me a garden. You know what he doing now in God of War PS4? Like, you know, I need to go find me a little wife and a child and go live somewhere else. He tells one of his surviving soldiers that it's from Sparta. He's like, go back to Sparta and tell my army to get ready for round 2. Again, we standing on business. We ain't wasting no time. Zeus, we coming after you, boo. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, okay? About to clap your cheeks like I did Ares.
My lord, I knew you could not be killed. I never lost faith.
Return to Sparta and prepare for battle.
But our brothers are dead.
You can still hold a sword. Spartans do not surrender. Do what your god commands.
And what of you, my lord?
I am going after Zeus. It seems I still have allies in Olympus. Beast! I must face Zeus! You defy the god of war!
You are no longer a god, Kratos. Zeus, Olympus, and the blade which holds all your power will forevermore be out of reach. Your only hope is to find the Sisters of Fate and travel back through time to the moment Zeus betrayed you, for only then will he truly be vulnerable.
Now, Kratos was going to head straight back to battle, but Gaia tells him that you can't fight Zeus right now. She's like, you know, I know you're ready for round 2, but right now you're mortal. You fight Zeus and he got your powers in the Blade of Olympus, oh, he going to kill you. And you're going to die all over again, you're going to end up right back in Hades. You know, that was a one-time trip, baby. I ain't got that much power. I ain't got that much power. I need you to go back and I need you to head to the Fist of the Fate. She's like, you gotta go to the Fist of the Fate, turn back time to the first Thanksgiving to take turkeys off of the menu.
Back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu. That's right. We're going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu.
I'm sorry. That random ass movie it was stuck in my head when I wrote this script. But she means like before he showed your powers. Now, you gotta listen to how petty Zeus is. For Prometheus, just doing something to help humans, Prometheus, who did nothing wrong, he ain't try to use Alright, so Prometheus stole I think it's called the Flame of Olympus. He didn't try to like do this to betray the gods. He did this to like, you know, help the humans. You know, I guess Prometheus was like one of the first humans.
God of War, you live. I no longer walk with the gods. Who has placed you in this torment?
Zeus. My only crime was helping mankind. When I took the fires of Olympus to the mortals, Zeus considered it a betrayal. As punishment, he made me mortal and condemned me to be savagely consumed every day by this cursed bird. And then, with the fall of night, I am healed. How long have I been here? How long have I suffered this curse? I truly do not know. Please, Ghost of Sparta, release me from my torment!
And it's given like, what was I talking about? Oh. I don't know what I was talking about in the script. But I talked about the part in what was it? Dead Man's Chest, Pirates of the Caribbean, where like, you know, oh, okay, I know what I meant. Zeus is so petty. Prometheus only got the Mother Flame to bring fire to the humans. And Zeus is like, you stole from me to help humans? And this is the part we're going to get to about Zeus in a second, just right about talking about this. He brought the flame to you know, like, help the humans, you know, have fire, be warm in the winter. Zeus had this man chained up, eaten alive by this bird, to the point that he dies. And when he dies, he's brought back the next day to get eaten alive all over again for years and years and years. And this has been happening probably since the year 1. Who knows what year this is right now? Let's just say he was born in year 1 and now it's 20 or BC, you know, BZ, before Zeus. I'm sorry, God, don't strike me down. But you know, literally, like millenniums, this man has been dying over and over again every day, feeling the pain. Like, the pain don't stop. Like, it's right back, like it's fresh wounds. And all he's begging for is to die. This is the part I was talking about. It's giving Will, he's coming for me, you know, from Dead Man's Chest, where, like, you know, the woman, the female pirate, I forgot her name, but, you know, I'm forgetting all these characters' names. But anyway, she was like, she found, you know, his father, and like, you know, he's on the dead man's ship, you know, he's on the Dutchman's ship, and, you know, once you're on the ship, you can't leave. Once you become a servant of the ship, you got to serve out your years. And so he's just like, oh, you know, it just resets for them over and over again.
You know my name.
Yes, I know your son. Will Turner.
William. He made it! He's alive! And now he sends you to tell me that he's coming to get me. God's wounds! He's on his way!
Yes, Will is alive. And he wants to help you.
You can't help me. You won't come.
You're his father.
I know you. He spoke of you. He can't save me. He can't come because of you.
Me?
You're Elizabeth.
Yes, I'm Elizabeth.
If Jones be slain, he who slays him must take his place. Captain. Forever. A Dutchman must always have a captain. And if he saves me, he loses you. You won't pick me. I wouldn't pick me. Tell him not to come. Tell him to stay away. Tell him it's too late. I'm already a part of the ship. Of the crew. You know my name. You know my name.
Yes, I know your son.
William. He's coming for me. Wait and see. You'll see. You promised.
And the only way this man can be set free is if he's burned alive by the same flame that he stole.
I must burn into the fires of Olympus. It is the only way. Kill me, Kratos. Kill me.
You have freed Prometheus from the torment of the gods. His flesh has tainted the fires of Olympus and embodied it with the power of the Titans. These ashes will give you great strength, Kratos. Take them within you and use this strength to defeat your enemies.
This is where I call Zeus petty. If Zeus is this petty for somebody just wanting to help humans, and we'll learn some more petty shit about Zeus, what happens when a good person dies? Do they get to go live on Olympus? Because we know what happens when Zeus is petty, when Zeus don't like you. You end up in Hades, tortured over and over again by these hands ripping you apart over and over again. You end up eaten by a bird, eaten alive by a bird over and over again every day for the rest of your life. Reborn, still chained up, and get eaten alive by this animal that's gonna eat you every day, and then they gonna get tired of eating you. You with sustenance from day to night. It's crazy. Zeus, yeah, and in mythology, despite how we compare Zeus to God, like as this benevolent figure, Zeus is actually malevolent. He is not a good guy, and even Thor: Love and Thunder did a great interpretation of the gods. Of Greek mythology, like when the father's crawling through the desert with his daughter who just needs some water, who's basically dying, and you see the gods and they're eating fruit and stuff like that, having a good old time, and he's like, "Oh, can I have a piece of fruit? Can you help my child?" They're like, "No, bitch, the fuck? What you asking us for? Praise us, bow at my feet." Matter of fact, who the fuck you talking to?
What do we have here? Look at it. It's gobbling up all my fruit.
Aryoku. Bringer of light.
Oh, it's one of mine.
I am Gore, the last of your disciples. We have lost everything. My lord, the land is dry. Our life is lost. But our faith in you never wavered, and now we await the promise of the eternal reward. Is this why you celebrate?
He thinks there's an eternal reward! No, sorry. There's no eternal reward for you, dog! What we're celebrating is a fresh kill.
We just vanquished the holder of the Necro Sword before he could harm any other gods with that cursed blade.
He threatened to end my entire empire.
But my lord, your empire has already ended. There is no one left to worship you.
There'll be more followers to replace you. There always are.
We have suffered. And we have starved. My daughter died. In your name.
And well, you should. Suffering for your gods is your only purpose. There's nothing for you after death, except death.
You are no god. I renounce you.
Now your meaningless life finally does have a purpose.
That's how the Greek gods kind of are. Even Zeus, and even Zeus' interpretation in Record Ragnarok is kind of accurate, So I think it's crazy that, what happens to the good humans that Zeus I ain't got no problem with. Do they get to live on Olympia? Is there like another space plane like heaven? Or do they all just end up in Hades regardless? You just got like a better seat in Hades. So anyways, why is Gaia helping Kratos in the first place? Like, what's her motivation in all this? Well, it turns out, you remember Kronos? And this is where we learn this whole motivation. The one carrying Pandora's box on his back for the rest of eternity for millennium, he's also been tortured by his son. He heard a premonition from the Sisters of Fate that one day his own children would betray him. They would kill him, you know. To prevent this, he devoured all of his children alive so that they would live inside of him forever. Like, you know, they wouldn't be able to kill him because they're stuck inside of him. And I'm guessing his wife's name is Raze. She stood by at first, you know, letting her children get killed by him one by one, but she finally can take it. When it got to her last child, Zeus, she played a trick on him. Like, she swapped him out for like this like dirt and sand, I guess, or maybe she created a baby. And she had Zeus sent off by like this like Gryffindor or an eagle, and he had her take her son to an island far beyond her husband's reach. Meanwhile, the baby she sacrificed to dirt and sand, or maybe a baby she just created, in Zeus's place, Kronos ate him. And I guess Kronos is too dumb to not realize that either one, that ain't your child, or two, that ain't a real baby. But also, I mean, if the man or like all the gods and all the other titans, if they just popping out children, he probably don't recognize his children anyway. He just like, he see her like scorning him, and he's like, yeah, bitch, I ain't gonna let my children kill me and eat his child. Like, you know, so I'm guessing like he was too dumb, or he just not in his children's lives enough to know he can't recognize his child when he don't see one.
You must find a way across to the island, Kratos. For there lies your path to the Sisters of Fate.
Why do you aid me, Gaia?
Zeus must be stopped, Kratos. The story of revenge has been told before. You know of the mighty titan Kronos. So fearful was Kronos of the oracle's prediction that his own children would rise against him, that he decided to imprison them all in his belly. Rhea stood by and watched as her children were devoured one by one. But when the time came for the last of her children to be eaten, she was unable to bear another such loss, and devised a trick to save the baby Zeus. Rhea commanded the eagle to secret her son away. He was taken to an island far beyond the watchful eyes of Kronos. It was I who cared for him. It was I who kept him safe. I nurtured his desire to free his brothers and sisters from Kronos. But my foolish act of compassion would haunt the Titans forever. For in sparing Zeus, we allowed him to return to us with vengeance in his heart. He betrayed all of the Titans for the sins of just one. The sins of his father, Kronos.
Now, it's given also back to Harry Potter, the only reason Voldemort killed Harry's parents was because he saw a premonition, or he got a prophecy about himself that a child born on this day would kill him, you know, and so he went to kill that child. And there was two options: Harry Potter, I'm gonna say Harry Osborn, Harry Potter, and the other one, Neville Longbottom. He chose Harry because that was the target he went with. But if he went after Neville Longbottom, the story would have been called Neville Longbottom. But he chose Harry. That's the one he went after. You know, that's the one he found first. And that's why Neville and Harry kind of take Voldemort down together. You know, Neville's the one that cuts off the head of the snake. He cuts off the head of the last Horcrux. He destroys it, you know, because it could have been either one of them that did it. So great writing there, J.K. Rowling. But also, the same thing happened here. Kronos, you created your own prophecy. I mean, yeah, you would have still died by your own children, but you created a whole different monster by, like, seeking out that premonition in the first place. Like, getting a premonition from the Sisters of Fate. And the Sisters of Fate that kept their mouth shut, maybe things would be a little bit different. And I'm going to say that because we find out something we know now that's why Zeus is pissed off and created the Great War to kill the gods because, you know, his Titan father killed his siblings, or he ate his siblings. So when Zeus was a baby, it turned out it was Gaia who protected him. He ended up on Gaia's island because, again, she's Mother Earth or whatever. She raised Zeus in his parents' place, and Zeus still grew up on the revenge of his father, Kronos, and to save his siblings. And he did succeed in saving his siblings. Even though it was all his father's doing, Zeus saw the sins of one Titan is the sins of all Titans. Yes, Zeus was prejudiced, you know, just like we can be prejudiced in real life. You know, one person do you wrong, that's one race, and you blame everybody. Or one female do you wrong, and all females are dirty. One gay man does you wrong, and now all gays are dirty. All gays are unlikable. You know, one person does you wrong, and you just, you know, generalize everybody in that demographic or Titan or species, you know. Or a dog bites you, and now you hate all dogs, or you're afraid of all dogs, even though some dogs are sweet. Or some people are sweet and some people are evil. And some of the ones that look nice are the ones that are evil, like Zeus. So, yeah, I was like, okay, you got your revenge on your father, you saved your siblings, you torture him with Pandora's box on his back, the one weapon that can kill a god, Pandora's box. You torture him by carrying that around, and it's got a bunch of death traps in it anyway. But why are you torturing all other Titans? But he makes, and you know, we also learned something else in a later thing from Atlas, that it wasn't just Zeus wanting like, you know, revenge on his father. He wanted conquest and power. He wanted all humans to serve him. But again, we won't get to that when we get to that. But anyways, as we explore and search around for the Sisters of Fate, we come across the former king of Athens. Oh, so we fight.
The ghost of Sparta. Then what they say is true. Theseus. Of all the fools who try, you would be the last I would expect to seek an audience with the Sisters of Fate. And you are the last one I would expect to become a servant of the Fates. I serve and protect the Sisters of Fate for the glory of Zeus. The time of Zeus is coming to an end. You seek the Sisters to kill Zeus? You no longer possess the powers of a god, Kratos. I doubt you're capable of killing me, let alone the king of Olympus. Let me pass, and I will let you live, old man. I do not think that is your choice to make. Come forward. Let us finally see who is the greatest warrior in all of Greece.
At least 3 human characters in this game. A lot of the time, you know, when you play God of War, you fight like gods and mythical creatures and stuff like that. But there's like 3 human characters we fight in this game. This man is Theseus, the one who defeated the Minotaur in Greek mythology. And he is acting guard to the Sisters of Faith and one of the few human combatants we face. This fight was pretty interesting. You know, he basically like this bigger guy than Kratos. He's like, I defeated the Minotaur. And Kratos like, okay, I killed Ares, a god of war. So, but I guess Theseus is like, oh, well, you lost your godlike power, so you on the same level as me now, boy. Let's go. Let's do this. But I'm like, before Kratos had the godlike powers, he still killed Ares. I mean, I guess Kratos was blessed by the gods. The gods did aid him. You know, Athena, Poseidon, Zeus, Hades. Those 4 did aid him, you know. So I guess he had powers of the gods. But either way, he still killed a god regardless. And also, the way Kratos hilariously kills this guy is very brutal. Like, Kratos, like, smashes this fucking guy's head in. I was like, damn, Kratos. Halfway through our quest to find the Sisters of Fate, they try to taunt us they taunt us for defying fate. They're like, you know, Kratos, you can't defy your fate. We decide what's good for you and what's gonna happen to you, and you would just accept it. And Kratos is like, the gods are the one that caused me all this. Kratos just asked Ares to kill his enemies because he didn't want to die in that moment. But like, Ares didn't have to make him kill his family. If Ares did not make Kratos kill his family, again, Kratos would be Ares' faithful servant to this day, still fighting in his name, and Ares would be alive and well as the current god of war. So the fates are wrong. Kratos did not cause this. The god of war did.
Hear me, fallen god. None defy what the fates decree. That is how it must be. Only death awaits you at the end of your journey.
My death is what began this journey.
The fates have not deemed victory for you. Your soul will never find peace for what you have become.
I am what the gods have made me.
Ares, or Ares just doesn't die, you know, or just don't make him kill his family. Like, Ares caused this. To try to stop us from reaching them when we are nearly there, they bring back to life the barbarian that originally killed Kratos, as if to taunt you to say, "You see if you can win this time without the God of War's help."
Hidden deep within the spire lie the sisters. They control the threads of fate. Gain control of your thread, and you will be able to return to the moment when Zeus betrayed you.
torment to change my fate. And for my efforts, the sisters shine their light upon me, delivering the very object of my vengeance, Kratos. The servant of Ares. Do you remember that day, Spartan?
I will never forget that day.
This time, Ghost of Sparta, I will have your head.
Without Ares' help, you know, without a god to save you. But we do whoop his ass. I do like that they brought the barbarian back. I think that was a good callback, especially now, you know, having them fight again, especially when Kratos trying to change time and fate. They're like, okay, we can change fate too, we can change time too. We can bring your enemy back that originally killed you. And I was like, I'm not sure they saw this in their thread, that the barbarian would die anyway, that he was going to lose because the system fate can see time and space and or futures and all that, or all possible timelines. But not only do we kill him with his own weapon, and that becomes our second iconic weapon in God of War. God of War 2. Like God of War 1, I think you have the Blades of Chaos, and then you get the Blade of Artemis. And in this one, you actually have the Blades of Athena. They're not wrapped on your hands. They're called the Blades of Athena. And then the second weapon you get is our Barbarian's Hammer, and the third one is like a spear, which I'm going to talk about later too. But again, I didn't know Kratos had multiple weapons. I mean, I always knew about the Blades of Chaos because they're the most iconic ones I knew about. But also in the middle of this battle, that's when the captain comes back and you can kill him another time. Like somebody comes back as a spirit. I did think that was pretty funny. That like again, he's a recurring gag. Which again, if you've seen the God of War 1 video, you already know about that. Our third human encounter in this fight is against Perseus, who I first mistook for Hercules because he had a shield and a blade, and I thought that's who we were fighting. But he is one of the sons of Zeus, who killed Medusa and beheaded her. But this annoying ass battle can turn. This battle can turn annoying as hell really fast because this first phase, he's invisible, and you gotta like watch the ripples in the water to know where he's at, which will be fine, but then he also teleports while he's invisible. So this fight was just an annoying fucking fight, but I did have a good time with it. Overall, it was good. It was pretty challenging. And then lastly, there's another human character we encounter after that. The next character we encounter is Icarus for his wings. We have to make this final trek to the Sisters of Fate, but Icarus is like, oh, you're not the one meant to make it there, only me. And he's got, they don't understand. I don't know why I'm flapping like I'm fucking, the Riddler and Batman and Robin. You know, he's like, who's afraid of the big fat bat? You know, I'm doing that. But Icarus seems crazy as fuck. It's no wonder he didn't make it to the Sisters of Fate because he over there going back and forth like, oh, I'm the one that can make it. You can never make it. Don't you know I'm the one that flew too close to the sun? I'm like, okay, Icarus, can you little space, buddy? You too close. You back the hell up.
Go back, warrior. There is no passage here. You will never make it across. You think you can, but you cannot. Do you hear me? It is my wings that will make it across. It is my test! Do you not know who I am? Have you not heard of Icarus? It is my fate to make it across, none other! This is my test! The sisters will grant me an audience, not you. You will die, White Warrior. You will die.
I will reach the Sisters of Fate, and I will use your wings to do so.
The sisters will not allow you, a fallen god, to bathe in their light! The sisters have sent you to help me. I realize now.
The sister.
But when you rip off his wings in mid-flight and then, he said, I guess, falling down to like Hades or really beneath Atlas's feet, who I almost mistook for Kronos. Or it might even be Kronos. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be. I think it's Atlas because Kronos. It looks like Kronos because Kronos is in the desert, but maybe he did stall the Titans. But anyways, we rip his wings off, and now we have wings. And then, after getting to Atlas, we learn the truth about how the Blade of Olympus was created, and we learn about the hunger and drive to enslave all of humanity that Zeus had, whereas the Titans sought peace.
Far above, Kratos. You must get back to the surface.
My chains of torment. You are strong, but you are far too small, even for an Olympian to be a god. Kratos. You dare show your face to me after what you have done? I will make you suffer, Kratos. Why would I ever trust a servant of Zeus? Kratos, still the arrogant and foolish warrior. You have not changed. And how do you plan to defeat the King of the Gods?
By taking the Blade of Olympus back and driving it into Zeus's heart! It holds the power I once wielded as the God of War!
The Blade of Olympus? I have not heard that name in many years. Since the end of the Great War. Bloodlust and power raged within Zeus. His desire to rule over mortals was intolerable to us. The war between the Titans and the Olympians forged the landscape of the mortal world. It was a war that we knew the Titans must win. If we lost, it would mean an end to the golden age of the Titan rule. Peace and prosperity for mankind would be no more. The battle continued despite my capture. Then Zeus created a powerful weapon to end the Great War. A weapon forged from the heavens and the earth. The Blade of Olympus.
I banish you to the darkest pits of Tartarus!
woke in the torment of the underworld, banished to the darkest pits of Hades. I would have destroyed Zeus if you had not put me here, slave of the gods.
I no longer do the bidding of the gods, Atlas! I have stomached their betrayal for the last time! Show me the way to the sisters, and I will kill Zeus once and for all!
What Gaia says is true, Ghost of Sparta. You are a powerful warrior and a worthy ally of the Titan.
Then tell me how to find the temple of the Sisters of Fate!
None, not even the Titan, know how to reach the Sisters' temple. But it is said he who finds it will wield great power. I have given you the last of my magic, Spartan, and I will help you across the great chasm. But that is all I can offer. May fate grant you passage, Kratos, for many rely on your success.
So the second reason for the war, the first reason is because, you know, Zeus wanted to avenge save his siblings that were trapped in Kronos' body and kill them. But the second reason the war started is because Zeus wanted to conquer all of humanity, and the Titans were in the way. The Titans wanted peace between humans and the gods. And Zeus is like, no, these are our slaves. You all are slaves. You all about us. This power is ours. But Zeus couldn't originally win that fight. So he had to go create a blade, created from the gods and created from Earth, I think it says. And that's the Blade of Olympus. That's the weapon that stole Kratos' powers in the beginning of the game. And then, further into the game, there's this gauntlet where you're protecting a translator twice. It was annoying as hell. There's a few gauntlets in here that are very challenging. You gotta be conscious of, like, when to block, when to get your health back up, when to use your Rage of Sparta, when to use your, I think it's called Kronos' Rage. Or, I don't think it's called the same thing as in the first game, Kratos' Rage, but either way, or Spartan's Rage. But either way, you gotta know when to use that. And when to use your magic power, because these gauntlets can be crazy. The last final human encounter is a Spartan Kratos sent back to get his army prepared to fight Zeus a second time. But Zeus was 2 steps ahead, and he did to Sparta what Ares did to Athena. Watch this.
I have come too far to fail.
You?
My lord?
I told you to return to Sparta! Why do you leave Sparta unprotected?
Sparta is no more.
What treachery is this?
Zeus. He came under the cloak of darkness into Sparta.
Keep watch.
The people cried out for you. They begged for their god to save them. But you did not come. Left with no choice. I had to seek out the sisters to change the fate of our beloved Sparta. For I am all that is left. Now you are all that is left. I have faith that our brothers of Sparta will live on through the true God of War.
Zeus! Is this how you face me, coward? I am through doing the bidding of the gods! Come down here and face me now, Zeus!
Now, in this moment, Kratos was ready to give up. He thought it was all pointless. Fighting the gods, he was like, you know what? What can I do to Zeus? Zeus destroyed Sparta. He destroyed my home. The gods killed my family. You know, I almost died, and Ares had to save me. He's like, this is a pointless fight. No matter what I do, I can't defeat them. Kratos was ready to give up right then and there. But that's when Gaia's disrespectful ass showed up as Kratos' wife to tell him, this fight ain't over. We need you. Get your ass back in there. I'm gonna power you up one more time. Get your ass back in here.
I grow tired of the lies of the gods! Sorry, my love. Can you ever forgive me?
All is not lost, Kratos. You must go on. There is much at stake here.
I cannot defeat the gods.
Victory favors you, Kratos. But you must grab hold of your destiny and command it. There is a war on the horizon, and we need you to lead us into battle.
To what end?
The death of Zeus. If you relent, Zeus will torment you still. He will not rest knowing you live. And when you die, his brother Hades will see that your soul is tortured for all eternity. You will have no rest until you destroy him. Take within you this fire that burned your beloved Sparta. Let it fuel your rage and hasten your steps towards destiny. The time to act is upon us, Kratos. This battle is just the beginning of a great war that is to come. Let the rage of the Titans fuel your...
Following this is a fight against a Kraken that was pretty interesting and pretty good. I really like this Kraken fight as well. I don't know how much gameplay I'm going to show. It probably all be one consecutive scene from the Temple of the Fates and forward. But just know if you play the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That fight with the Kraken was pretty interesting. I did that was good. Following this fight is the fight with the two Sisters of Fate, which is probably going to be playing in the background. And this is not only a great challenge, but very fun. I like fighting the sisters. One of them, pulls you into a mirror world, and you got to beat her ass back in time because she's trying to destroy the blade that helped Kratos defeat Ares. They said they sent that to him back in time to help him defeat Ares for once and for all. Because Kratos had lost his blades at one point because Ares had taken him back from him. He made Kratos do the Jesus pose and he ripped the blades off of him. So Kratos had to get that blade and finish Ares off with that. And the other one, she's just annoying as fuck because she's just floating around and diving. But you use the time. I'm gonna say chaos control. Use chaos control to basically freeze time, and you can hit the woman and the sister in the mirror. But again, that was a great and challenging fight. And then the third Sister of Fate, this is the one I was referencing in God of War 1, where I was talking about my brother had helped him beat this big titty lady. This is the one I beat for my brother originally. This time my brother has helped me because I forgot. I don't know how I did it as a kid and forgot as an adult. But this one I did remember, and this is the third sister of fate. Because I knew there was three. When we originally fought two, I was like, there's usually three sisters of fate in mythology. She the big fat one. And this is the easiest fight there is. The only thing is, it's more about a puzzle than a fight. So that's what makes this one like annoying. But this one is like the easiest fight. You cannot, if you die on this fight, you're sick of Jane solving the puzzle. But the fight itself is nothing. After defeating her, you know, you find a thread of time that's attached to you that makes you go back in time and change your fate. And then we go back in time to the first Thanksgiving to take turkeys off of the menu.
Back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu. That's right. We're going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu.
I mean, to kill Zeus before he killed us. And Zeus is like, what the fuck? When you pop up, Zeus is like, what the fuck? How the fuck did you do that? What kind of magic trick is this?
Even now, as you draw your last breath, you continue to defy me? No matter. What? How can this be? The Sisters of Fate have aided you. Unexpected.
The sisters are dead.
I underestimated you. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. The true power of a god.
He thought the Sisters of Fate had turned against us and aided Kratos in trying to kill Zeus. And then we get this one major reveal in the middle of the fight that Zeus is Kratos' father. Now, I'm guessing because the way it's said, it's not like, you know, Kratos is like just a child, is like Zeus is the all-father, like gods are all-father. It's implying to let him know, Kratos, you are one of Zeus' children. So Kratos, you were technically a demigod. You're not a mortal, you're a demigod. Which kind of makes sense why he's so strong and can do all this stuff. But either way, I mean, Zeus was probably just the whole like his father, Kronos, you know, just popping out kids. And we do kind of know that in Greek mythology. Zeus has kids with like everybody and everywhere. You know, he's just out there popping babies. But either way, before we kill Zeus for good, Athena jumps in the way because her ass wants to save him. And she dies because she says, like, if Zeus dies, all of Olympus dies. And that's where I'm just like, again, is Olympus heaven? Do good people go there? Because we know Zeus is petty. Zeus don't like humans. Zeus wants them to be enslaved. So I don't see Zeus letting humans move up to Olympus. So where do good humans go? You know?
I told you I would make you pay for what you did!
I am through playing with you, Kratos! I will release you from your life, my son, but your torment is just beginning.
You cannot do this, Kratos!
You dare stand against me, Athena?
I do not wish to fight you, Kratos, but I will defend Olympus!
Know this, my son. You have started a war you cannot possibly win. The fates have already deemed me victorious.
No, Kratos! Stop!
Athena! No! Why do you sacrifice yourself?
To save Olympus.
I do not seek to destroy Olympus. Only Zeus.
Zeus is Olympus.
He brought this to himself.
Because of fear, Kratos. A fear felt by his father, Kronos. A fear that wrought the Great War. A fear that drove Zeus to kill you. His own son.
His son?
Just as Zeus was compelled to destroy his father, Kronos. You are compelled to do the same. No son should destroy his own father.
No. I have no father.
God after God will deny you, Kratos. They will protect Zeus. Zeus must live so that Olympus will prevail.
If all on Olympus will deny me my vengeance, then all on Olympus will die. I have lived in the shadow of the gods for long enough. The time of the gods has come to an end.
Remember, Kratos, you have the power to control time itself.
And then talking about the ending of God of War, Kratos, after killing Athena and Zeus escaping, goes back in time again, even further to the first Great War to recruit the original Gaia. And he's like, "Hey, girl, I need you to come back to my time. We're gonna go up and fight Zeus. Zeus is weak. Zeus a bitch." He do say something like that. He do kind of say something like that. He like, Zeus and other guys are bitches. We're gonna go back there. We're gonna go back to my time and kill them. We ain't gonna stop him in the past, because you know the past is already happening. He got the later Olympus. He about to freeze y'all. But I'm gonna think of my time, the current time, where like all these guys are dead, and we're gonna strike them down. Me, you, Guy, and all these other guys, all these other titans. We're gonna get them up. We're gonna go face them. I know nothing about God of War 3. I only knew that little bit about God of War 2, about like the big titty lady, and all the rest of this was a great surprise to me. Honestly, I had a great time with this game. I love it. So far, to my brother, I think I like God of War 2 more than God of War 1, just based off the story and the puzzles, which are very challenging. And not challenging like we're like, you know, a third grader can't figure it out, because obviously my brother beat this in like as a kid in elementary school. But like, just like, it make you feel dumb, because like how like simplistic some of them are, but you gotta take some critical thinking. Like, it's one puzzle where this guy, the second translator, is trying to jump to his death, and you got like a time, you know, a time thing where you freeze time, but as you lift up in the gate, there's not enough time to go through it. And so, you know, I kept trying all these different things. Originally, you had to like make sure the gate stopped on the time thing and then freeze it to get to the guy. Or another one where what was another one that was challenging but pretty simple? Oh, this dead body there was like a dead body, a switch, and a river. Like a river between these two doors. And I remember like trying to think like, I remember thinking like after like finding the dead body, I was like, something has to come up to the other side. Like I was expecting another body to be on the side of the river. Turns out you had to drop the dead body in the river, and then it shows up on the other side of the river, and you can grab it and put it on that switch. I mean, stuff like that. It was just like, it's very simple. It's right there. You have all the tools and things you need, but you have to just know what to do. You have to use some critical thinking. I can say, like BioShock with its Atom, you cannot upgrade everything in one playthrough. I don't know who's gonna lie to you and tell you can. I have a feeling it's intentional like that, so you can try out different powers and abilities. Choose things that you want to upgrade, and you can't like remove your. Once you power something up, you can't take it out. So you got to pick and choose what you get. And I do kind of like that because again, BioShock is like that. It allows for multiple playthroughs. Power wise, I'm probably gonna mess some of these names up, so I'm just gonna do comparisons. But one of them has like this lightning bolt thing. It's kind of like Kratos' or Poseidon's rage, but not really. You drop these like electrical balls, and any three enemies in that area all get electric shocked at once. I haven't fully upgraded it, but it did help in the early beginning of the game for like crowd control. It was pretty decent. The second one is like a bow and arrow. Like I forgot what it's called. Again, I forgot the name to write down the names of these powers. And when I tried to look them up, it wouldn't give me the exact names. But you have a bow and arrow now. Instead of like Zeus's like, you know, lightning bolts or Zeus's thunderbolts, you have a bow and arrow that you shoot things down. And it's needed for like some puzzles early in the game when you first get it. So I did like that one. The third one is kind of like Medusa's gaze. It's kind of like that as well. I think it's called Gorgon something. And it acts the same way. You know, you like hold this at like enemies, and like they'll eventually turn into stone. Upgraded, you know, you can like instantly petrify them. Petrified. That was a word I had forgot about in the first God of War. It's petrified. Petrify is what it does. The last power is called Atlas's Quake. I do remember that one because that was like the best crowd control. It's a weaker version of Army of the Dead. I like Army of the Dead better because one, they go out and attack for you, and like it just looks cooler. Atlas's Quake, you stomp the ground and like throw these rocks up, and you can smash it when you upgrade it to level 3, and like it does like 8 damages to enemies around you. But I do think Army of the Dead should have came back. Army of the Dead was a great power because all the powers kind of mimic each other except for Atlas's Quake. Atlas's Quake was definitely a brand new power. The third weapons you get, you know, are the Blades of Athena. You don't have the Blades of Chaos because, again, Ares took those when you killed him in the first game, or before you killed him in the first game. So you don't have the Blades of Athena. These are Blades Athena gave because, like, she's like, oh, these are weapons you're familiar with fighting with. The second one is the Barbarian's Hammer, which is what you get from, like, killing the Barbarian the second time, this time with your own bare hands. This weapon is slower, just like the Blade of Artemis in the first game. So, like, you know, I didn't really use it that much, but it was powerful. It's just slower, and you can't, like, evade with it. You have to just, like, move out of the way. The last one was a spear, which you get from, like, when this fight with, like, I guess, like, a Gryffindor, I think it was, or something like that. A Pegasus. It was like an enemy spear. It like does a jabbing attack, but I didn't really use it. I mean, it might have been cool, but I didn't really care for that one either. So I just kept with the Blades of Athena because they're more fluid. They're like, you know, I like how fluid they are fighting with them. Overall, though, as I said, the God of War 2 game was great. I did love it. I loved it. I had a great time with it. I don't know if I have anything else to say going into God of War 3. I am excited. Obviously, you know, this is a great bonding thing for me and my brother to do, so I'm having a great time with the game. But that's all for this review. Don't have much to say. I don't want to drag it out for too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about my thoughts of God of War 2. I'm excited for Lape. I can't wait for it to come out. I did actually go to GameStop and pre-order my order of Wolverine and put down for Lape at the same time anyway. So I'll probably go do that today too. Anyways, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll talk to you later.
We have been expecting you, Ghost of Sparta. The gods are far too powerful for us to defeat now.
All on Olympus tremble at my name. Zeus is weak,
Ares and Athena are dead, and I wield the blade. We can win the Great War, but not in this time. Together, we will destroy the petty gods, and we will see Olympus crumble before us. Come with me, Gaia. Return to my time. Victory awaits.
We have faced far worse than this one fallen mortal. But we are the gods. We whom the mortals worship. We who rule over this land. We who will not be swept aside by this petulant fool. Brothers, put aside the petty grievances that have splintered us for so long. We will unite, we will stand together, and I will wipe out this plague. Olympus will prevail.
Your son has returned! I bring the destruction of Olympus!
Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys will be checking out. So, the Shinry series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home seeking vengeance, but instead faces a choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinry's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinry series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far. And then these books are two. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament. And the series original ending, Arado, the Legendary Konjuis Master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these. But I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red will Rain Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love BK's right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinry series, except for Shinry's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.